See if this actually works. Trying it. I think I have a couple more seconds left. All right. Okay. Gonna see if this works once again. Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. What's up? How's it going? Trying to make sure that I actually did it correctly, and it appears I think I may have gotten the hang of it. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. Just waiting for... Been watching you for over a year. Thank you very much. That's awesome. I tried to do it a bit later this time. I think the last time I did it, it was... So first of all, for those who once again don't know, I'm in Europe, and therefore I'm 6 hours ahead from even like East Coast time, like New York time. So I tried to find like the appropriate time to be able to do it. I thought about like realistically, if I tried to do it like state time, so like it's nighttime there, I'd be up around to like 2 a.m. Probably not going to happen. Thank you very much, Adam Gonzalez, for your donation. I do appreciate it. I assume everyone can hear me, so thank you all very much. Someone said, explain why we are losing money. Do you mean why the market is going down, or? Yeah, I mean, it's just how the market is right now. Like, it actually makes no sense for those, I mean, who don't or haven't really paid attention today. For some reason, even like right now, the market is even down even further. It's very, very weird. I'm not exactly sure why this is happening. Watching from Ireland, thank you very much. Hello to you. We can tell from Vancouver, hello. Yeah, I'm gonna get mods. I need to figure out a bit more, just to like, I have to find like, I want to say like trusted people. Not that all of you out there aren't trusted, but I'd assume that just adding anyone to be a moderator would be a bit weird, at least in my humble opinion. Get your submarines ready. We're going way down. Yeah, that's the way it seems. And I said this earlier in another video. It's really weird because it seemed like we were like doing like a straight path sideways once again, which is very, very odd because we keep doing these like things over and over, and then for some reason we keep like breaking down. There's never been like a break up. I think we've had like one in like the last year. I don't 100% get it. My girlfriend is doing her yoga. I'm happy I can watch you live stream. That's awesome. Even with all the like happy sentiments, like we haven't really seen, has anyone else seen a situation where we've been getting like hyper negative news? Because I really haven't, at least in my opinion. So always kind of weird. Volume's up today though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can all hear me properly. I think I would have gotten a lot of people screaming at me otherwise. Upper East Side, NYC, FTW. That's right. I don't live in the Upper East Side, but that's right. Russia wants to buy. Financial markets are spooked. Yeah, I mean, I actually haven't even checked the normal. This is not financial advice. Thank you very much for that, so you all know that. Just in case I have to reiterate, someone else in the comment section did that for me. Yeah, I don't know exactly. I haven't even checked the actual normal financial markets. Thank you very much, Jaloon Binsan. I do appreciate your donation more than you could possibly begin to imagine. The last couple of weeks, I've been looking into like financial markets. For some reason, I really didn't do it today. But it appears like things aren't going too well in like the normal markets. We have like a lot of analysts who are, I don't know if you guys have heard, we have a lot of analysts who are talking about, yeah, we definitely are going to have a market crash, like a stock market crash by like 2020. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then we're having a lot of analysts coming forward saying that like by the middle of this year, they're expecting some type of a stock market crash. Yeah, I mean, I wish that crypto wasn't as correlated to the stock market. You would assume that by now we would have had a bit at least of a slight differentiation compared to it. Yeah, time to accumulate more, wait a little more, BTC going lower. And it's so funny how life works out. Before I went to bed last night, I think Bitcoin was like $4,022, just to tell you, I mean, why not at this point? And I sat there and I was like, I think I'm going to get some Bitcoin. And something told me in the back of my head, it was like, don't do it. You know exactly what's going to happen by the time you wake up. Thank you very much, Abdul. Thank you very, very much. And I woke up this morning and I made that video, that last video that I made, and I saw that the prices had gone down, and I like cheered for myself a little, which was kind of weird because I was happy that the prices went down, but it was more like I was happy that I didn't buy at the other price. And I just checked a couple minutes ago as well, like the price like slipped down. What was it? Like, I think 15% altogether. Very weird time in the cryptocurrency space, but I mean, realistically, it's a bit cheaper for me to be able to get some of the coins that I want. I mean, they're, in my opinion, dirt cheap as it is right now, but I mean, I don't mind it being a little tiny bit cheaper. Please text me because I bought last night. Who do you want to text you? It's cheap. Matisse. Very frustrating to see huge volume for XRP and no price increase. Yeah, it's weird for the entire market. Like, it's not even just like a. First of all, XRP is in an own entirely own league of its own. XRP can have great news for like 9.5 months, and then the price goes down by like 16%. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. But the fact that we haven't had, am I dreaming in crypto sometimes? I dreamt. I'll tell you my dream after this. The fact that we have constant streams of good news, and like it's like we haven't had any like major super crazy bad news days, and then the prices still go down. I think it's manipulation. I think it's manipulation. I think a lot of other people also believe that it's manipulation. It's just like kind of ridiculous. For those, I mean, yeah, I do dream in crypto, and I think it's like it may be like a heavenly sign that I maybe need to like take a step back, not from the channel, but like maybe when I walk down the street listening to podcasts, I should listen to something a bit different. I think the entire like whole Russia situation like actually got to my dream last night. It was very weird. I had a dream like Bitcoin was worth so much money, and I was buying something in a shop, and I was explaining to someone that I wanted to buy in Bitcoin, but they understood that I wanted to buy in Bitcoin before I even said it. It was very, very weird, very odd dream. Speak slower, too much caffeine. I haven't even had caffeine. The tea that I even have next to me, it's rooibos. This is red tea with caramel. Like there's not a drop of caffeine inside of this. It's just my life. Can you please tell me orc advice? Okay. Can I please tell you or advise you what to buy? I can't. Like, logically, I cannot, because I mean, even if I had done that before, the market is still going down. I'm not an oracle. If I was an oracle, I would definitely told you. Speed is fine. Thank you very much. And then comes Putin. Yeah, kind of. That wasn't a dream, TMI. This is the dream. Wake up. Don't even joke like that. Has anyone... Anyway, I was going to ask if anyone ever had like a dream within a dream. They're terrifying. They're kind of cool, but they're still little weird. Do these live streams more? Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to. I try to find like I will be trying to find future tense kind of ish more like news and stuff like that to be able to cover. That's like a bit easier to cover during live streams. Yes, EOS is good. Simply because I think me telling like normal news stories is probably not going to even make it even remotely. But there's always a lot of interesting things floating around. For those who may not be looking at the screen at the moment, maybe doing something else in the background, I found this article on a website called decryptmedia.com, and I read it, and I won't read the entire thing through to you, but I found it incredibly fascinating. Hello from London. Do you want to wake up? Maybe. If this is the dream and it's actually pretty nice, I don't want to wake up in like a Matrix type thing with a thing in my neck. That's probably not the route that I'd like to go down. Thank you very much for the donation. Zero Cool. Really appreciate your hard work and tireless work. You are a crypto god. Okay, thank you. Cheers, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Odine Tomlinson. BTC bottom to 1,200 in a few months. Your thoughts? Take the red pill. We had a lot of people. I don't know if you guys remember a couple of months ago. I want to say the name Tone Vase. That sounds like something off the top of my head that makes a bit more sense. A lot of people, like prominent crypto people as well, they're noting that Bitcoin is going to drop below 2,000. A couple of months ago, that would have seemed completely insane to me. It seems relatively realistic at this point, simply because no matter what good news that we have, the amount of integration, like just even... To reiterate, Bakkt alone, if we had no other news throughout the entirety of 2000, if we had one article in 2018, and it was that the New York Stock Exchange was going to support Bitcoin and allow trading and stuff like that and have daily swaps and stuff like that physically, the price should have exploded. But since then, the downtrend that we're experiencing actually makes no logical sense. So it has to be manipulation. Simply, and I understand market trends, but typically, we've had an entire year of great news. The only negative news that we really had was that we don't have an ETF and we have governments trying to regulate. Besides that, everything else has been completely peachy. So it's kind of weird. Diversify your portfolio. Trying. No background noise tonight. No. And it's really funny because when I thought about live streaming earlier, and I'm really glad that I didn't. For some reason, even the people downstairs, they were like hammering and stuff like that. And you could, I don't know why, they opened up maybe like all the construction dust and stuff like that. Like their windows were open. So you could hear like every single knock on the wall. And they started at like 6 o'clock this morning. So yeah, says, TMI, are you coming to the crypto meetup in Texas, April? We know, YouTube would like to, I actually have a lot of plans. I'll tell you that in one more second. Thank you very much. Jared says, first of all, thank you for your donation. It says, would you split evenly into EOS and Cardano, or do you like one more than the other? Thank you for all your work. I'll answer that in 1 second. I'm actually trying to, not that all of you really even need to know, I'm trying to do something nice for my family around April and like subsequently, I guess like summertime as well. Like when it gets a bit warmer, so I don't really have official plans for anything that I might be doing. I'm trying to go to, I'm thinking of going to like a couple of like crypto meetups and stuff like that, maybe around Europe, places that might be kind of close by, but nothing is like set in stone at the moment. But I would like to actually start meeting people and going to different cryptocurrency events. What do you split evenly into EOS and Cardano, or do you like more one than the other? Thank you for your hard work. I'll put it to you this way. I think that both have great future prospects. My personal opinion, not financial advice. I prefer EOS simply because we hear more about EOS. We see the team a bit more. In my opinion, whenever we've seen information or heard something about Cardano, it's typically been from Charles Hoskinson. And it's usually him like discussing something that's going to happen. But as per my knowledge, the Cardano platform does not have 4 billion in reserves. I feel like EOS is pushing themselves a bit further. That's just kind of how like I get like the actual like things that are actually happening between both of them. I would suggest I like both of them. I diversified between both of them, maybe not as evenly. I think I got a bit more into EOS first because I think EOS was like more my crypto child a bit before. 1 second. Thank you very much for the donation, Farshad Ruhani. Great fan. Love your live show. Just invest in XRP, TRX, and ADA. I do not disagree with any of that. Yeah, so I think I answered your question. Yeah. I like both of them, but for some reason I feel, and you know how like you can either choose like one crypto or the other. For some reason, EOS just speaks to me a bit more. I feel like the platform is a bit more, not secure, just more solidified than Cardano is at the moment. Just my opinion. I know people are going to hate me for that as well. People always hate me. Cardano. Great work. Thanks. I'm pretty sure 8 a.m. is the legal time for noise. Yeah, but it's a horrible time though. Like you're just trying to, I don't know. I'm just a little, who knows. I hold EOS and BTC. Greetings from Romania. Keep up the good work. Thoughts on Genesis Vision? I have never heard of a Genesis Vision in my entire life. Beer and chicken wings, please, for Bitcoin Ben. Bank run in France. Yeah, I've been seeing articles about that as well. Apparently the yellow vest people in Paris, this is the rumor around the block. Apparently they're like planning like a bank run or something like that. I don't know how extensive that's actually going to be. Apparently a whole bunch of people plan on trying to get all their money out of the bank to see if the banks actually hold their reserves. I don't know how many people are going to be taking part of that, but it would be quite interesting. Thank you Fabrizio for saying, thank you for the financial advice. I'm going all in on EOS. Come on. Where do you hold EOS? There are a lot of different places. A lot of people put it on my Ether wallet, if I'm not mistaken. I know you can also have it on Exodus as well. There are a lot of different places you can obviously do your own research before you put it anywhere. ICO that lasted a year screaming scam. It's not really, and if you can give me like a proper reason why it's actually a scam, I think that what they did is incredibly intelligent. They had their ICO last an entire year, and even if you read their the EOS like website that they had, it said on it, like any coin that you receive like has no actual value, like we are not liable. They did that because they knew exactly how to get around the entire security classification. So it's widely believed at this point that EOS could not be considered or may not be considered a security simply because of the way that they worded everything. It was an ERC20 token that was then swapped over to something else, and the entire EOS project was handed over to an entirely different group of people. Everyone in the chat is a future millionaire. Bitcoin will never die. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, BTC will be a store of value, even if it failed from a utility standpoint. Neo gives the best pumps. Nice of you to be doing live streams. What do you think about Litecoin? I love it. I personally wish Charlie Lee was like a bit more, not brutish, like just a bit more like, you know, because I feel like Litecoin could be one of the largest platforms that we have right now, but I feel like Charlie Lee has been desperately trying to take like a back seat to Bitcoin. I think Litecoin could have a huge amount of success if he had made it seem like the Litecoin was like an actual, not a competitor, but like, you know, something that could hold up against it. I'm on my way to the Canada meetup in Ottawa. That's awesome. Tell me how it is. US Gov will end up using Ripple Tech. So the rumor goes. Which do you prefer, Salt or Nexo? I'm gonna have to go with Salt simply because I know a little bit about them more. But even Salt, like the Salt platform has kind of, I mean, to be fair, a lot of the platforms have kind of slowed down. Thank you again, Abdul, for your donation. When the price lowers, use this opportunity to buy. Gosh darn right. When you live stream with your friend, which friend? Is it the friend that I'm always talking about? I should actually do that. Would be completely insane if I actually did that. Hammer time, why not? Finally caught you. Yeah, there we go. Actually, I'm going to scroll all the way down to the holy freaking cow. Sorry. I have my other like a device next to me so I can actually see the entire live stream. I was scrolling down and yeah. Illinois, thank you very much for your donation. If Kin ever goes on Coinbase, I'll buy you a new laptop. Thank you. I won't hold you to that. I know you're just saying it in jest, but Kin is one of the coins that they did announce that was going to actually, they were thinking of the possibility of maybe potentially putting it onto their platform. I think they will eventually. Kick is like a major platform. They have a lot of money floating behind them. One can only assume that they have some type of a relationship with the people who are working with Coinbase. I would not be surprised at all if we get some type of news this year that Kin is going to be added to Coinbase. I think it's just a kind of a thing that's just going to happen at some point, but I have a feeling it might be one of those like bundle batch coins where they put like 15 coins onto their platform at once. Apollo is a scam. Next BitConnect, I can't tell you. Charlie Lee should not be in the public spotlight. I wouldn't say that much, but I just wish he had like a bit more conviction for his own project that he made. Like he created one of the largest cryptocurrencies in the world, and he just Russia bringing prices down to invest cheap in February. I would not doubt that. I really wouldn't. Like we've seen before when people were like moving, what was it, like 10,000 Bitcoin, and the price went down. Imagine if you were like Grayscale and all you had to do was move Bitcoin from like one wallet to another, and you can crash the entire price. I'm late. What did I miss? Not much. Just been going over some of the stuff. I'm answering a lot of the questions. Would the markets go down more? I mean, yes. I feel like the market should have gone up, but lo and behold, they're not. Someone wrote XRP number 1, 23rd of April 2019. Do you have a reason for that prediction? Charlie Lee said to hold your coins on the date he shipped off his part of the bag. You said you had more friends, you promised. You have friends? I have at least 3 friends. Maybe. Like 2. I think I have more. Maybe. I don't know. No moment worse coin. How about Litecoin? I just spoke about that. Where I come from, we don't speak of Coinbase. I like where you come from. Thank you very much, F150. TMI is a lighthouse in the middle of the crypto storm. I'm trying to be. I mean, I wish I was even a bit more intelligent and overall in a full circle. I just try to like help everyone. I know it's a very difficult time for everyone. Believe me, I know, I understand. I'm also in the same exact boat. I've also lost money. I hate the term hodl, but I am a hodler. I have not sold. I just continue to accumulate more. But yeah. Does anybody actually know what's going on in crypto? I have not found anybody yet. No one knows what's going on in the financial markets. No one knows what's going on with anything, like anywhere. Like it's constant speculation. This is why you have all those TV shows where people are talking about where they think stocks and bonds are going to go. No one knows. Another streamer ready. You're on fire. Thank you very much. The German investor. Cool name you got there. Thank you very much. I have no friends, usually a few when I meet up with them on occasion. That sounds like my life. Who needs friends when we have crypto? I feel like I'd rather have friends, but I get the analogy. Someone said I'll be your friend. Friends are overrated. Do you trade, or are you only an investor? I tried trading before, or rather I did trade before, not an extensive amount. But the taxes that come with it, I mentioned this in the last video. It's just a bit too, it's just far too much for me. Having to compile everything and then all the paperwork and stuff like that to have to send to a tax person, it's just not really worth it for me. So I just, I'm in it for the long term anyway. So I just continue to buy every time prices are low, and even when they, sorry, reading other comments. Yeah, and even when they go a bit lower. Clownbase, high volume, low prices. Tron, too busy with crypto for friends. So you ever accept paid promotions for other crypto forums? Yeah, so very quick side note for those who may be relatively new, maybe those who are only here since 2019, maybe here who are in general. The point is, I do no I do no paid promotion on the channel. I do not get paid from anyone. I do not review any ICOs. The only thing that I have is my affiliate links that I have in the description. I think it's like Ledger and like one other one. Besides that, a lot of other people have been messaging me constantly. I get like 30 emails a day to talk about this project, to talk about this, to talk about how much, so and so and so. I've gotten offered a lot of money. I've turned it all down simply because I don't think it's right to promote things like that, especially during the ICO craze. So no, I'm not paid in any way. Like, this is my life. I don't do any paid promotions. I don't use Telegram. I don't use any of the other things. Like, I just use Facebook, like, to post. I use YouTube to write my videos, and I post on Twitter sometimes. A lot of people keep saying that they see other people posing as me. If you ever see that, that is not me. I've been getting a lot of emails and even messages on my channel from people telling me that other people are posing as me, or they're asking for money for advice. The only advice you'll get from me is the advice that you get from here or from the live streams. I will never, ever ask you for money in exchange for any type of information. I'll give it to you for free, and that's exactly why I make the videos. Thank you very much. Kamrul Mazid, thank you for all your work. King of Crypto YouTube. Thank you very much for your donation. I do appreciate it. We are all your friends, and I actually believe that at this point. Like, thank you very much. Like, you guys are pretty much all my friends. Bitcoin Ben, thank you very much for the donation. What are your thoughts on the Yellow Vest movement? Without getting too political, I have lived in France. I still, not that I don't really live in France anymore, but kind of ish, not really. Anyway, the point is, I think it's fascinating that France is one of the few countries in the world where when things kind of go wrong, they kind of take charge and take names with, like, the saying it the nicest way. I think the entire thing is indicative of exactly what's happening all around the world. People are being paid horrible wages. Things are like especially if you've ever lived in Paris or been there for a couple of months, the cost of living is just absolutely horrible. It's also the same in other parts of France as well. So I understand the idea behind the movement, especially having been into crypto and just being alive. Like, I totally get it. I have no idea what the outcome is going to be. From last I heard, I listened to French news often, and they were talking about that there's supposed to be some type of like a meeting between the yellow vest people and also the government. I think they're going to try and have like a public dialogue as to exactly what's going on. I'm not expecting like really major things because I think people in France are a little bit too pissed at the moment. Bitcoin is being manipulated. Don't doubt it. Friends come and go, but XRP is forever. Am I from the USA? Yeah, I was born in the States. This was many, many moons ago. And I've been living in Europe ever since I was an adult. Like actually since the moment I became an adult. Give me 1K XRP, I'll be your best friend. Will you just be a good friend? Queen's Races, thank you very much for your donation. It says your thoughts on Neo being gaming and ontology for business. Are you asking like as far as like the use cases of these coins and like the actual usage of their platforms as these things? I mean, realistically, go for it. Like so many platforms. So one of the things that I find the most interesting about the cryptocurrency space that we have right now, what I think is going to eventually come to a head, as they say, like, you know, like we're going to get to like a very finite point, is there we have so many, and I don't want to call them copycat platforms, but so many platforms that do the exact same thing as other platforms. Eventually one of them is going to be chosen as like the king, and I think a couple of sprinkle of other ones will also kind of be used as well. But all coins can't and all platforms can't have the exact same use case. So I think it's time for coins and projects like differentiate themselves as far as like what they're actually going to be used for. Officially left Coinbase for good. You should repeat what you said about coins not making it or not worth investing in. Do you think the time traveler story is true? That's my goodness. CKJ Crypto News, thank you very much for the donation. Modern investor, much respect to the OG in the crypto game. Mod me, bro. I got your back. I'll think about it. That might not be a bad idea. Do I think? Okay, first of all, quick stop. Thank you very much, Illinois, once again. Buys on the dip. Then he said, "How many more dips?" I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I could tell you exactly how many more dips. Depending on how much of a believer you are, we shouldn't be dipping anymore. If you are one of the people I was talking about before, then we are probably going to be dipping a little bit more, maybe a lot more. Do I believe the Bitcoin time traveler? Maybe. If you want the truth, and it's going to sound really ridiculous, I'm actually waiting. So far, the Bitcoin time traveler has been, I think, correct on like all his other prices that he said before over the course of like, what was it, like 5, 6, 7 years or something like that, which is kind of creepy. The last time frame that he actually has to hit is in 2019. He said the price of Bitcoin will be $100,000. If it hits $100,000, my belief will probably rise a little bit more. What about Dogecoin? I personally don't invest in it. I don't like the fact that there's like a massive amount of it constantly being, what's it called? Like being printed all the time. You do an awesome job in your videos. I try my best. Respect your integrity. I try. Thank you, TMI. I buy the bottom and sell the top. Have you started investigating VeChain yet? I haven't. Don't hate me. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. What happens when Visa has a stablecoin? I feel like, I don't know. I feel like they would just probably use another normal stablecoin. But even then, I feel like that's not a thing for them. I feel like they would just still use like actual money, maybe. People don't worship XRP. They just see the great potential. You can accumulate more by selling and jumping back lower. What made you decide to start making videos? That's a very good. So before people, I know like barely anybody was here. Like very few people were here actually before this. My first videos were me. I was making videos on like normal finance, and it was about like paying taxes and investing in this and how to buy this and how you could save before you turn 65 and how you could invest early and how you could retire early and stuff like that. I had always been into cryptocurrencies, but I thought it was very niche and I thought a lot of people wouldn't really be into it. And one day I made a video where I was talking about the head of, what's it called? The head of Virgin Airlines. He did something where he like invited all these people to like a private island that he had, and I made a video about it. And I was talking, it was something about like the Bitcoin something, and a lot of people liked it and they kept on telling me to talk about it. So eventually I think I made a video about what's it called? it was like, what is Bitcoin or something like that. And then I had like a, what is XRP? And then at that moment I was like, okay, I like crypto more than I like traditional finance. So I kind of just made like the huge switch from one moment to the next. Could you talk more about real estate, how to get started with and what pitfalls to avoid? That's a very wide question. Like there's a lot that can even go into that. To the streets, love the French. TMI from Sydney, Australia. Hello there. Scrolling down. So many comments. French people know how to stage a good protest. Tea time, man. French your favorite language? Yes, kind of. I speak English, French, and German. I understand some Spanish from when I was a kid. French, I think, I can't get rid of French in my head. I do love it. I actually love French and German equally. But French is like maybe 1 point a little higher because I can do it with like great ease. I love speaking in French. Let them eat cake. Okay, scrolling down. Hold on. Did I ever go to college/university? Yes and no. When I turned 18, like many of you out there, my mother told me to go to school. I didn't want to go to school because I realized that I learned better on my own. This is why I constantly read and stuff all day, because I feel like, in my opinion, don't let me discourage you from going to university at all. My entire thing is that I didn't like the idea of sitting behind a chair, a desk, anything for 4 extra years after I was done with high school, when I could have learned all this stuff by myself. And I did by myself. Like, I learned all these languages and stuff like that simply by like, anyway, the point is, no, I did not. I didn't see it for me, simply because I learned in a different way. And yeah, is 10K XRP enough? If it's enough for you. What are my thoughts on Ethereum as far as what? I think it's a great platform. I think Vitalik needs to get off of Twitter, simply because he's kind of rambling sometimes. But I think Ethereum needs to really get it together as far as like the upgrades, and I think they'll do just fine. Someone wrote, I meant to uphold. What did you mean with uphold? Crypto is dead. Sell. I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. I think if Bitcoin goes to $50, then I'll agree with you. But until that point, do you think Coinbase will be left behind? And I think they're already on they're well on their way. The moment we get Binance talking about fiat pairs, Coinbase is out of the game. When Gren launch? I think on the 15th, if I'm not mistaken, 14th or 15th. So in a couple of days, that's when you'll finally be able to actually mine it. TMI, are you still bullish on Ken? Yes, I am. Thank you very much, the big D0209, for your donation. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for Je vais de Jumode for your donation as well. I do appreciate it. Am I still bullish on Ken? Absolutely, without a doubt. I think it's like one of the most intelligent platforms ever, especially to have any platform that has tons of money behind it, keeping in mind like the huge portion of this channel is investing and making money. And I see no reason why the price of Kin won't go up, in my opinion, not financial advice. I mean, just realistically, like look at the token, look at the money that they have behind them. They have 15 apps that are going to be using their token. Imagine if we have like a crypto bull market and there's eventually like 50 platforms using their token. Okay, that's a weird comment. I'm not going to read that one. Do you collecting free Bitcoin faucet modern investor? For those who weren't in cryptocurrency at like the very beginning, we used to have things called Bitcoin faucets, and they were these websites that used to give you free Bitcoin every single day. There was a time where you were able to get like 0.01 Bitcoin for free, and even sometimes like a year or two before I got into it, you were able to get like half a Bitcoin for free from these websites to like foster adoption and stuff like that. Crazy times. What bloody Bitcoin time traveler? Spam tinfoil hat in the chat. Look it up. Yo, what about Bearable Guy 123? What about him? Seriously, time travel. Time to buy soon. What about sub? Awesome live chat. Eternity coin. I can't help you with that. Is Alex Cobb actually here? There we go. I'm like 5 minutes late for your comment, dude. Sorry sorry if you're here and I just saw this right now. I'm like the worst person in the entire world. Do you see the yellow vest movement where you are? Maybe. TMI get hired by CNBC. I don't think that'll ever happen. What's your day job? It used to be eBay. I used to sell everything from Coach to toys to comics, anything you could possibly imagine. I tried selling on Amazon for a bit, and then I guess crypto is kind of like my full-time life. Kin or Golem? Both. I think they have, like, you can't really compare them. Like, Kin is going to be something that's going to be like on a messaging platform. People are going to be like sending Kin back and forth to their friends or like doing it for live chats. Golem is going to be a platform where people, like, you can have like a world supercomputer. You can't really compare them. I would look into both of them if you are interested in both projects. I personally like them both. I think they're both amazing projects in their own right, but you can't really compare them. Like, it's kind of like comparing like Bitcoin and Ethereum at this point. Like, if they're never going to really be in the same class. How low do you think Bitcoin will dip? I wish I could give you that answer. I think it shouldn't even be this low at this point. Google Kevin, it's interesting. Actually, scroll down a bit further. Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. Anyway, thank you very much, Michael, for your donation. What are your thoughts on Pundy X, a longtime French subscriber? I don't know a lot of, and I feel so bad, and I'm going to be completely honest. So many people keep asking me about these coins, and I've just never, like, not that I haven't heard of them, like, they're just not in the news as often, and I try to, and I've mentioned before, like, a lot of the coins that I talk about in this channel, I try to focus on like the top coins because I personally feel like these coins have the greatest chance of making people money and like having a long lasting future, because I told you guys before in other videos, when you listen to a lot of other people who are talking about the actual, not use cases of crypto, but like exactly how long that crypto is going to survive, they typically say to focus on the top 10 coins, as these are like the most stable, have the highest volume and stuff like that. So a lot of people keep asking me questions about coins that I've never really heard of, and I feel really bad when I can't give you proper answers. Like, I do apologize for that, but it's just, there's just so many different things in crypto. It's very difficult. Thank you very much once again, CKJ News, Crypto News. Shout out to the OG, the Modern Investor, XRP going to the moon. It's looking that way. The more X-Rapid partners that we have, I keep telling people, we had a situation where we got XRP got up to, what's it called? Like $3.60 just based off of hype, and this was before X-Rapid even got activated. This is why I'm so sold on the idea that XRP is definitely at some point going to at least hit $10. Thank you once again, CKJ News. Maybe a third time is a charm. I don't know what that means. What charm for what? Hold on. Yeah. Skycoin. Is this your first live stream? No, second. This is why it's a mess. What exchange do you buy, Ken? I think I got mine on Yobit. I think it was Yobit. Who talks faster, me or TMI? I don't know. Alex, I don't think you talk that fast. Like, I think you have like a quick speed, but I think I stumble over my words a bit more. So this is why I have the illusion of talking faster. Golem was, when the last time you sent one of your friends money and how often? I have no idea what that means. What do you think about Neo? I think I think the money's there to be made. Kind of how I'll keep it. Do you think OMG can be $100? Absolutely. Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind. If you look at the actual circulating supply of when we say go, it's not large. Like, it's not gigantic. It's not major. It's not anything. Like, it's not huge or explosive. So hitting even like $50 is totally possible. I don't know if you remember before, we had like speculation and stuff like that where people were talking about that we could have an Omisego price of like $1,000. Holding my horses on that one. I think $100 is a lot more believable. I think it's because the price at the moment right now is a bit more depressed, that even $100 seems a bit out of the league. But I think Omisego at a certain point, when it does officially completely launch and we finally have plasma, I think realistically, $100 to like $200 is definitely going to happen. $1,000 maybe in the future, depending on how big the platform actually ends up getting. But yeah. First of all, thank you, Sergeant Crypto, for your donation. Great show, love all the honest opinions. Do you think the world will go into a financial reset because of the debt? Do you see BTC being adopted to cover the debt? My goodness. You guys ask some like heavy questions. Like, it's never like, how's your day? Like, how's the weather outside? It's always something like, is the world going to end? Like, do we need to buy Bitcoin? A reset? I think something very big is going to happen. Even if you like, even not even my opinion, like no opinion at all. If you listen to just what all the analysts were saying, a lot of the people who were also talking about that they knew that the 2008 crisis was going to happen. They say that the next financial crisis that we have is going to be probably something like the worst thing that we've ever seen, even worse than the Great Depression, simply because of the amount of debt. Like there's just an enormous amount of debt flowing around the world that's never going to be paid off. Like none of this debt is ever, like the US is never going to pay back their debt to China. That's never, ever going to happen. Trillions of dollars worth of debt floating around. None of it's ever going to get done. And this is one of the weirdest things. Like, I mean, we have a situation right now where this is why I was talking about the Bitcoin time traveler, because it seems really stupid, I know, even to mention it, but how weird is it? And this is just my opinion. Bitcoin is 9 years old, and we have a situation where countries around the world are now buying and mining. Someone said that I was lying in the last video when I said that countries were mining Bitcoin. We've spoken about this many times in other videos. We know that banks are also mining. We know that banks are into it. To think that the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ are into cryptocurrencies and they're not mining it themselves, that they don't actually have any cryptocurrencies, or that banks don't own Bitcoin, is just nonsensical to me that people would even think that. As far as like a reset, I have no idea what's going to happen. I have a feeling we're going to have something like very bad. And it's one of my fears because there's so many people in the world who are going to be left behind, aren't going to do very well when we do have some type of an economic collapse. As far as Bitcoin being adopted, if you want my honest opinion, and I mean this in all honesty, the way that the world is looking to me, and I know this sounds conspiracy theorist, you have to admit that it's kind of weird that as we are getting all these people talking about a potential stock market crash and the potential this is happening all around the world, that we have all of these countries who are dramatically, rapidly trying to figure out a way to regulate cryptocurrencies, to figure out how to tax cryptocurrencies. Why would they be so obsessed with something that has gone down in price unless something is happening behind the scenes that we simply just don't know about? Like, something is going to happen. There's a reason why we're getting articles like this about Russia buying Bitcoin, about North Korea, China, India, what are the other places who are all like buying up cryptocurrencies and stuff like that, Venezuela, what have you. Something is happening in the background, and I think they all know exactly what's going on. I can't tell you exactly what it is. Do I think Bitcoin is going to be the one coin? Probably not. I foresee a future where we have multiple coins, but I think because of the name of Bitcoin, this is why it's going to last the longest. If you had asked me the same question around 2 or 3 years ago, I would have probably said no. But Bitcoin is being in the mouth of every single financial person on television is a bit too odd for me. Like, if Bitcoin was around 35 years old, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. Bitcoin was 8-9 years old when people kept on talking about over and over exactly how it was going to be adopted and change the world. And now we're seeing a situation where financial things around the world are completely collapsing, and now we have this movement. You understand what I'm saying, right? This is one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on crypto in general, because I see the future for it. Like, I see all the partnerships for XRP. Why do you think if we weren't going to have some type of not like a fiat collapse, but something detrimental that was going to be happening to the actual financial world, why would people be adopting RippleNet? Why would people be adopting XRP? Why would people be so bullish on Ethereum, XRP, or Bitcoin? Like, there's something happening behind the scenes that we simply just don't know about. Sorry, I can't give you an enormous amount more of an answer, even though that was like a long chat. But still, you kind of get what I'm saying. Yeah. Scrolling down. I have to scroll down a lot now. My goodness. Why do you have so much faith in Omise Go? I think it's because it is tied to the Ethereum project, and I see Ethereum doing very well. And if Vitalik Buterin is also like one of the supervisors on the Omise Go platform, and the Omise Go team is also creating Plasma that's going to be running on top of Ethereum. And also Omise Go also, like, they partnered with an entire country, so that is usually like an indication that you may particularly do very well. TMI, get new RAM for a computer. Yeah, I think I need to. I like really though. Also, you can buy Omise Go on Exodus wallet. Yes, you can. If Kin ever goes to 1 cent, it will make many people millionaires. This is why I was talking about before. Like, Kin was like at the all-time high, air quotes. It was a decimal place before a cent. If it gets put onto Facebook, if it gets put onto Coinbase and gets put onto Binance, I can see logically a 10x in price from one decimal place over. Like, I think it hitting 1 cent is totally fine. I think there's like 750 6 billion tokens like circulating or something like that. Like 1 cent would be like a $7.5 billion market cap. I think we can definitely hit that. How was your day? How's the weather out there? Thank you so much for asking. My day was kind of hectic, but I'm pretty okay because I'm live chatting now. The weather's not bad. A little ridiculous. Icy, rainy, snowy, wintry. The world is going to end. I don't know. How do we achieve world peace? That's too heavy of a question. Everyone should buy crypto, and then the world will be a better place. Scrolling down. So this is fun. I can't believe I missed your first stream. It's okay. I missed my first stream as well. 40k XRP enough? Is it? I would be okay with 40k XRP. What are your thoughts on EOS? By the way, awesome show. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Ray Gonzalez, for your donation. I do appreciate it. My thoughts on EOS that's also like a very wide question. I think the platform is doing what they need to do in order to survive. I think it's very interesting that while we have had many other cryptocurrency projects who have been talking about that they don't have a lot of money and stuff like that, and they've been losing funding, that they have done very well, that we have so many people who are talking about leaving from Ethereum because of the speed that they have right now, moving over to Tron and moving over to EOS. I think that shows a very good, bright future for them. And especially all the other things that we had. So in 2017, once again, at the end of 2017, as it was like the last major, super awesome, amazing period for the cryptocurrency space, we had news that we were going to have a whole bunch of projects who were going to be building on top of EOS. And I can only assume that these all still stand, but it's just that they have not released their information as to when they're going to be launching their app or DApp or whatever that they're going to be doing on top of the EOS platform. Part of the EOS platform is that you actually have to have the cryptocurrency token to be able to secure your spot on the network, to be able to have your crypto be able to run and function and stuff like that. And if we have hundreds of platforms like we were told about before who are going to be having it using EOS and stuff like that, this shows, I mean, for me, it's like for me, my opinion, EOS is a very clear winner. This is kind of how I feel about it. Someone wrote, Yobit is not a good exchange, stole millions. I read that before. I've never had any problem with Yobit. This is my personal opinion. When I've used Yobit, it was just for kin. It wasn't for anything else. I don't have any of my coins there. I'm not doing anything. Sorry, I think my live stream is slowing down or something is slowing down. I've been totally fine with Yobit. But I mean, realistically, if you're just going to use it for kin, just put like a tiny bit of kin on of crypto onto it, swap it into kin, and then take it out immediately. Like, don't do any large amounts. Like, don't send like any 4 or 5 figure amounts. Someone said, I will give you free Bitcoin. Just send Bitcoin to my wallet. Okay. How's the family? I guess they're doing okay. Maybe. Hi from Scotland. Hello to you. Are you sure you're not Batman? I might be. I haven't really like checked yet. If I had a bat cave, how difficult would it be to keep a bat cave secret? Like, I think there was an episode of Family Guy or something like that where Stewie found Batman's bat cave, and he's like, you hired 300 workers to like create this place. Like, how did you think you were going to keep it a secret? Isn't EOS too complicit? I don't really know what you mean about that. Someone wrote 260 BTC. Who has 260 BTC? I wish I did. Litecoin projects. I have no idea what that means. XRP baby. Someone wrote Asian for the win. Why not? What's my opinion on Litecoin? I've gotten that same question 5 times. I thought I just said that, or like maybe it was like at the beginning of the video that maybe I was talking about that. Stream is back. Yeah. Okay. I thought it was me. Like, I saw it on the screen as well that it was like a little bit laggy, but I guess it was just not me. Neo price prediction. I mean, I give it to you this way. Because prices are so low right now, I'm just looking to get like where we were before. That's if where crypto is right now, we get to the same exact prices that we had in 2017. You're making a 5-6 figure sum right there. I can't give you like an actual number amount, but we need Bitcoin to kind of go up, and then everything else will follow suit. XRP going to explode. What do you think about Cardano? I think I mentioned that as well. I think it's a good platform. I think they just need more partnerships and like a bit more like to be in the news a bit more. Like I think a lot of the news that we've had from Cardano has been like as far as like upgrades and stuff like that. Someone wrote, "Where's Robin?" Outside. Greetings from Vegas. I agree with you on Ken. What do I think of BAB? I have no idea what a BAB is. Will we ever see bull runs before like that's a very good question. I really don't. I mean, sorry for repeating myself, but I don't understand why prices are even so low right now. Like we should have crypto should be a lot higher. What? Okay, here's a good one. What would I do with 300,000 euros? I guess I'm going to translate that to $300,000. You want my honest opinion? You want my honest opinion? 300,000 now, whatever. 300,000 of anything. $300,000, 100,000 euros. I would probably put around, let's say 220,000. I would buy 2 studio apartments. 80 left, 60, 40, 60. I would put probably around 40,000 into art because I love buying art. And the rest of it, I would split into cryptocurrencies. 40,000, that's a lot of money. 10, 4, 5, 8. I would put around around 3,000 into around 12 different cryptos, give or take, since you wanted to know. I love buying property, so like I just have to do that. Any live crypto debit card? I have no idea. Do I have a cat or a dog? I have neither. I really want to get a dog. Not that you'll care. I don't have a dog because they use the bathroom and I'm too lazy to clean it up. So this is why I don't have a dog. You mentioned taking kin off of Yobit. Where would you keep it? You can keep your kin on Exodus as well. Exodus is a very great platform. What would I do? Okay, yeah, same question. Thank you very much, CKJ News. Once again, much love, crypto family, modern investor. You're the man. I try my best. I do what I can with what I can. It seems like XRP is a loaded spring, and when regulations in the US are settled, the price will run up. I think it's a shame that we have to wait on just a couple of people for the prices to go up. It's kind of ridiculous altogether. Do monkeys have wings? Yes. Did you buy when the prices went down today, TMI? And if so, what did you buy? No, I haven't bought yet. If you want to know, I'm actually, I thought about doing it before this. Not that you have to know. I took a nap. I had, if you can believe it, I had a bit more energy than I did before I even started this. So I had to take a nap to kind of like cool myself off. What do I plan on buying? To be honest with you, I don't 100% know. I may try to buy like a small fraction of Bitcoin, maybe some Ethereum as well. And if you want to know, don't judge me. I buy Ethereum to actually swap into other coins because the transfer speed is a lot quicker. Yeah, just kind of. Where would I buy property? All over the place. I've thought about buying in places like you can buy relatively okay price things like an hour or so outside of London. So there are people who, for those who don't know, London's very expensive. If you buy stuff like an hour outside of London, there are a lot of people who do that transport like every single morning. They go back and forth. And places are a lot cheaper an hour away outside of London, like even like towards the coast and stuff like that. And you can get relatively nice, cheap stuff. There are a lot of places. Italy, Greece, anywhere that I could get like a very good deal and also have it as like a side vacation spot. I'm not picky. I don't mind vacationing in a studio if I could be inside of Greece. And also when I'm away that I could also rent it out to someone. Someone wrote, "You are a very inspiring human being to me." Thank you very much. I think I'm just a little energetic, but thank you for the kind words. I do appreciate it. Did you manage to sell at the top? No, I did not. I have not sold. 40,000 in Doge. My goodness. Good luck with that. Do you expect big dumps before backed in 2 weeks? So we don't even have like an official date once again for backed because of the US government shutdown. Apparently as it stands right now, because the government is shut down, nothing can really move forward as planned. So the saying goes, do you like art? Yes, I like art. I love art very much. I used to speak about that before in my other videos. I love art. I think it's a very, not financial advice. I think it's a very good way to be able to grow wealth. I love it. Why the fetish on property? I don't know. I have something in my mind where I'm obsessed with buying property. Not being like a property mogul or anything like that, but I find a huge amount of security in the idea that should something go wrong, I have somewhere else to live, if that kind of makes a lot of sense. I know just like my own general life paranoia, but I love the idea of having property. Like I feel like, especially side hint, when you look at actual trends and stuff like that, for those who are thinking about potentially maybe one day getting into buying property and stuff like that, it sounds a little silly and crazy, but look towards like big cities, because the idea is that as time goes on, more people are going to be living inside of studio apartments, and living inside of studios, you can get studios cheaper as opposed to buying something like larger, and studios will always be in demand. That's kind of the way that I've looked at it, and it's kind of the way that I've done pretty okay. Someone said, which experts were you referring to? For what? Like, exactly which topic are you talking about? Yes, get a dog. They're awesome. I know they are. Like, I want one so bad. I'm just so lazy. How much lower do you think? I don't know. Do you think if Bitcoin hits 100,000, the dark side of the moon will become the brightest side of the moon? Yes. Go all in and hold. I have bills. What's my biggest investment regret? Years ago, I had a place in Paris, for those who are wondering, and a friend of mine, not that same friend, suggested that I get the bathroom renovated. And I got the bathroom renovated, and I ended up using someone who they suggested. Lo and behold, it was just two guys. They were brothers. They destroyed my bathroom, and eventually, I remember I was trying to take a shower, and like the water came out of the wall. It was a very weird situation, and I had to end up selling the place because the bathroom wall was connected to the living room wall. And whenever if you would watch TV in the living room and you looked up, the wall was like browning because the water was coming through it even when the shower was off. That's probably my biggest regret. But I also regret selling it. I wish that I had just not been a baby and just kind of renovated it a bit more to kind of get it back up to par. Anyway. XRP glorified stablecoin. I know. What kind of art do I like? Not investment advice. I prefer like modern and contemporary art. I try to collect from artists who are still alive. I collect from the blue chip artists and stuff like that, like the artists who are very well known. I will not give you names. Please don't ask me. But you can find them very easily on Instagram. That's a very big hint. Very, very big hint. You can find exactly who they are. Like the largest artists who are still alive on there. You can collect, like, you don't have to have a lot of money to collect art. You do not. I do not. I promise you. If you do your proper research on these artists and like look at the stuff that they've made before in the past, you can see after like the price trends of exactly what you bought for and how much you'll get from it later on in life. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, art is really, really cool. Dog over cat. Wan Chain ? Have you eaten? Yes, I did. I had a bowl of soup, for those who are wondering. Thank you very much, Level Crypto, for your donation. Thank you very much. Sorry I'm getting to you so late. I'm scrolling down the entire thing. Thank you very, very much. When can one penny? Tomorrow. Would you sell ETC? Is that Ethereum Classic? I hold no Ethereum Classic. Bro, buy Litecoin if you need transfer speed. Miami, the moon. Gotta go, fam. See you. Do you have any assets in stocks and shares? No, I sold all of that off a long, many moons ago. When I saw the profits in crypto, I was completely out of it. London is cheaper now, and train travel is awesome. Yeah, I kind of. I know a lot of people who do like very long travel, so it's kind of like, yeah. You need a flat on a Greek island and Airbnb that thing. Yeah, this is kind of the plan. Bitcoin is going to the sun. Will the property even exist shortly when governments default? Who forces the land contracts? That's too deep of a question for me. London is a bubble in housing. This is why I'm buying outside of London. Greece is beautiful. I know, it's adorable. Buy a property on Decentraland. That's something I've actually thought about. I had a conversation with someone I met at a dinner before, and I was telling them that I thought about buying digital property, and they looked at me like I was completely insane. I think platforms like Decentraland are going to be very big. I mean, I know it sounds a bit weird, but the idea of buying digital property does make a lot of sense, especially if these platforms, some of them, end up taking off. My top 5 coins, Bitcoin. This person said top 5 coins, not top 15, not top 10 side. Yeah, Bitcoin, XRP, EOS, Cardano, and I want to say Omise Go. Once again, those are top 5 coins, not top 10. Comes to Sicily, maybe. I'm from Portugal. I heard Portugal is completely lovely. What leisure activities do you enjoy to relax? I play video games. I hang out with friends. I go to dinners. I like classical music, so I try to sometimes go to like events. Sometimes, very rarely, very, 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 very rarely, go to the movies, do stuff like that. If it's like warm outside, I go to the park with my friends. We go to lakes and stuff like that. How many apartments would one need to be financially free? That's a very easy question. What you have to do, and it's going to sound completely insane, write down your living expenses. Write down every single cost that you have for the month. How much your current rent is, how much your light and gas, electric, everything, how much you spend on food, how much you spend on transport, how much you spend on so-and-so. Add all these things up. And when you get that number, it comes down to how many flats do you have to buy that can get you rent every single month that will then pay off your living expenses. In most people's cases, they don't even realize it. It usually comes down to like 2 or 3 properties. It sounds a little insane, but if you live a very frugal life, you can retire incredibly early. For those who also are interested as well, I didn't create this, but there's something called the FIRE movement. I think it's Financial Independence Retire Early. Look into that. Like, it's really, really fascinating and makes so much sense. It pretty much comes down to you saving and scrounging as much as you can for 5 years, investing it, and then you are retired. How much XRP should I hold? I can't answer that question. Respond if you're not a bot. Did that work? Did I ever look into real estate in Panama? That's a bit too far for me. Which art? Pictures? Oh my gosh, so far behind. Coco Death Cookie, thank you very much for your donation. It says make CKJ Ahmad one of the greatest. Do I just have to like highlight his name or something like that? Because I'm actually on another device. Like, this is my computer with the mouse moving right here. But because my screen isn't large enough, wide enough, I don't actually have the actual super chat on the side, so I can't really do it. My computer's trash. Ken is at the all-time lowest price. You ever thought about moving back to the USA? Not really. I've built up so much of my life here. I've been here for a very long time. And I think it would just be kind of weird. Like, I have no real friends anymore. Like, I have like 2 or 3 people who are like my friends, or like I still talk to. But besides that, I don't have like an enormous amount of life there anymore. Hello from Portugal. Can you buy a house in France without being a citizen? Yes, you can. All you need is money. Anyone who wants to buy something in Europe, you just 99% of the time just need money. If you try and buy something in like places like in Eastern Europe, you usually have to like sign like a contract that says like I'm not a citizen and I am buying this place because of so and so and so. But besides that, in Western Europe, as long as you have the money, you're pretty good. For 300,000K, you can't buy anything in NYC. If you want my opinion, it says Aftab Ali. Yes, you can. I would look into. I actually love New York real estate. Don't ask why. I would look into, depending on where you are in the 5 boroughs. Look into Riverdale in the Bronx. Look into Forest Hills in Queens. Look around like a bit west of Jamaica in Queens as well. Like, you can find like relatively okay areas. In Brooklyn, you can get like studios and stuff like that, like along the water near Williamsburg. In Manhattan, you can definitely get a studio. It depends on where, though. You may have to get very lucky. 300,000K in Manhattan below 110th will get you probably nothing. But, I mean, there are definitely other places, a lot of other opportunities. I have 3 dogs, a lot of work, I can imagine. Please do a meetup in California. That's a little far. Will Kobe Bryant 30,000 Tron? Is that a question? Jaloon Binsan, thank you very much for your donation. My end of year XRP prediction is $14.44. Can I be your disciple? Where is it? Wait, no, scroll. Of course I lost it. Of course I freaking lost it. Oh my gosh, I'm awful. Sorry, guys. I think I had the chat like still for so long on my screen. Love your knowledge. smd.se wisdom. I do what I can. Scrolling down. Thank you very much, Lee Halam, for your donation. Get a German Shepherd dog, very loyal and intelligent. They are the XP of the dog world. I thought about getting, have you ever seen like those huskies, like with like the blue eyes and like they look like wolves? They just look so cool. But I also have a friend. She has a dog. Oh gosh, what is it? It's a Pomeranian and like I think a German Shepherd or something like that. It looks like this golden wolf. It's incredibly beautiful. Thank you very much, Kenny YTRUP, for your donation. Thank you very much. It says, do you ever think crypto will become so stable it will be usable in countries like Venezuela, or will we see new types of cryptos like stables to suit their needs? The idea is that, first of all, the idea is if we get Bitcoin, it says you're so far off on the most recent chats. I know, I'm so sorry. I'm going to scroll all the way down. I'm just answering these questions. The idea is that if we ever get Bitcoin to a price of $250,000, we had something last year from a Swiss company. They said if Bitcoin hits $250,000, it'll be stable enough to actually usurp the American dollar, which would be a very interesting moment. GBU Profess Wally, thank you very much for the donation. Buy yourself some green tea, LE and DGB. I will do all of these things. Scrolling down a lot further so I can actually catch up with the chat. There we go. How much Bitcoin do I hodl? Never ever answer these questions, anybody. Don't tell anybody exactly how much crypto you have. Don't do that. All dogs go to Haven. Someone said, how much home do you have in your house? I don't know what that means. Zcash is the real deal. It could be. First live chat I caught, bro. Shout me out. Quick, keep this up. Angel Servin, thank you very much. Did you go to Robert Morgan in Miami, Florida? I have no idea what any of those words mean. Shout out my cat Goldie, thank you. German weird haired pointer, do it. Why not get a Dogecoin inspired Shiba? Oh, yeah, those are freaking beautiful. Can Bitcoin hit 100,000 in 2 years? Yes. I think it should actually even be there this year. I think Bitcoin should at least be 20,000 right now. Like, I'm not even joking. 2017 was just based off of hype. Where we are right now, like, we have so much more adoption. Bitcoin should be absolutely insane in price. TMI has 21 million Bitcoin. I probably would not have a YouTube channel. You know how much money you would have? Wait, how much? If I had like, I think even like 10,000 BTC, I would probably have like one last video where I'm telling everybody goodbye, because I'd be going to a beach somewhere just to live out the rest of my life. Please don't let these chat people wear you out. No, I'm doing pretty okay. Saludos desde Brooklyn. Hello, how are you? Plans to visit Australia in the future, TMI? Maybe, yes. Maybe one day. I heard it's supposed to be incredibly beautiful. I know you guys have like really big like spiders and stuff like that are a little scary, but I still would love to go there one day. Bitcoin to 7 million by tomorrow, maybe. So invest in baseball cards, comic books, and Amway. I have no idea what Amway is. I used to invest in comic books, and then I got into art. I used to really be into comic books when I was a kid. Was 2017 based off of BitConnect? Yes, all of it. The entire year was just a one big BitConnect. Can you tell me more about adoption? About what adoption? Someone wrote, I have 10K Bitcoin. You are lucky. Go hide somewhere in the mountains. Please, I beg of you. View on exchange coins, exactly which ones. Real estate, art, stocks. What else? I don't do stocks. I just do real estate, art, and I guess crypto. I watched an Aussie movie one time. That's cool. I see the word BitConnect and I want to scream it out so bad, but I won't. I will move some on Tuesday is okay. Okay. I think I got to the very end. Okay. So, what I originally wanted to talk about was this article that I found where they, you guys won't let me talk, where pretty much, and I wanted all of your opinion on this as well. The person who wrote this article, they pretty much, for those who aren't looking at the screen, it says why crypto will be eaten by Facebook, Google, Amazon, and Apple. The idea is that the person thinks that as cryptocurrencies become so much larger, we're going to get into a situation where even some of the largest people in cryptocurrencies are going to completely sell out. I think this could eventually happen. It kind of comes down to like even something over. I think it was this guy who actually said it, but it's actually somewhere right here, where they think that if crypto becomes so large that a lot of these people will actually sell their projects to Facebook, Google, and Amazon as like a very crazy way to like make money. Do you guys think this is even a possibility? I think it definitely is. No matter how much somebody says that they are into their project or into their crypto, I think realistically, if Google came to Vitalik Buterin and offered him like $30 billion for Ethereum, or like the code or his mind or whatever the case might be, I think he would definitely probably say yes. Someone said, even my wife doesn't believe me about what? Facebook equals FBI, CIA, Illuminati. Probably. Facebook is definitely equal FBI at this point. Like really though, like some of the stuff they do, there's a documentary that I haven't watched myself, but I really want to find online. It's called, I think it's called The Creepy Line. I haven't seen it. It's supposed to be absolutely insane. The stuff that Facebook and Google do, a little terrifying. Do you buy BTC on Coinbase? No. I used to as like my main platform. TMI works for the CIA. No, I don't think so. Unless you know something I don't. Do you want to go camping with me? It depends on where we're going camping, and as long as we're not alone, maybe. Have you ever watched the movie Hostel? Yes, it's terrifying. I actually love horror movies as well. I mentioned that in the other live stream. I love horror movies and comedy movies. Will you put your real estate videos up again? Probably not. They're not as relevant to the channel anymore. Like the channel is just like crypto now. How low do you think XRP will go in January? I mean, if Bitcoin doesn't stop dropping, I mean, ground's the limit at this point. What's the documentary called? It's called The Creepy Line. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Everyone thinks I'm stupid for investing in Bitcoin. Yeah, my friends, I'm sure my friends aren't listening, but my friends laugh at me at dinner when we talk about cryptocurrencies because the prices have gone down. I'm also that weird friend who has invested in Bitcoin. What is your prediction for us to get Cardano on Coinbase? It should be happening soon. They said Cardano and Stellar in 2018. Maybe they're just waiting. They should have put a number of other coins onto their platform already, but lo and behold, they're taking their time. We should have had that a while ago. I mean, realistically, like Coinbase, we should have had Cardano, Stellar, and XRP on Coinbase in like 2002. Like, just do it already. It's so ridiculous. Do you wear pants when you broadcast? That's an interesting question. Any thoughts on Neo? I think I spoke about that already before. Predictions for XRP this year with month, please. Oh my gosh, that's very exact. Thank you very much, GBU Profess Wally. If you love horror and comedy movies, then Cabin in the Woods by Whedon is probably one of your faves. Is that the one that came out like a couple of years ago where the five people are like battling like those zombie creatures from the ground? I think that's what you mean. For those who are wondering, my favorite horror and comedy movie actually is Bride of Chucky. I just think it's completely genius. I've been watching it since I was a little kid. I think it's just incredible. Coinbase aggravates me, you and me both. Vitalik is a cult leader, maybe. Don't know. I'm sorry. Someone said I skipped the question 4 times now. I'm sorry. What'd you ask? As long as it's not anything crazy, I have to skip over some of like the little crazier questions. I don't give too much information about myself. I do like my own private sphere, as it were, for those who didn't realize. Can you make a video of your latest favorite podcast? I was like, why would I make it of my least favorite podcast? Yeah, I keep forgetting to do it. If you look through my normal videos, I've made one before where I talk about my actual favorite podcast. No answer equals no pants. I have pants on. Maybe. What's your thoughts on who is locking XRP at 37 cents? What does that mean? Is Grin the new BTC? No. But Grin is probably, maybe, I think that Grin has the self to position itself as one of the largest coins that we have. On which platform do you buy BTC? Multiple different platforms. Sometimes I swap with an Exodus. Sometimes, like, it really just depends. Like, anywhere that I can kind of get it that day. What's your favorite comic book series? Infinity Gauntlet. I actually was obsessed with those who knew or know what the New 52 was from DC Comics. I thought it was completely genius. I love the storyline that they had for Batman. I thought it was very, very good. I also started liking a little bit. I got into it. It was called Edge of Spider-Verse, and it was it gave birth to the alternate universe. Gwen Stacy, when she became Spider-Gwen. I thought that was fantastic. I thought that was amazing. Hablas Español? A little bit. I did when I was younger. Not anymore. Like I mean, I understand Spanish like a little bit, but I can't speak it anymore. Like I'm just crap at it. Will Charles reach the ADA Cup? Is that a thing? What is that? Please give me your bank account. What? Of course not. Thank you very much, Boki Boy, Bokiboi. Thank you very much for your donation. I do appreciate it. I saw Bandersnatch. It was absolutely incredible. Loved it. Oh my gosh, you guys are asking such. Yes, right above that, just because they wrote it there, someone wrote Damien Hirst. Yes. If you can get stuff from Damien Hirst, I would definitely recommend it. You don't even have to buy his more expensive stuff. He is like not even like a blue chip artist. He is like a gold and silver artist. He's one of the major ones that you should definitely be looking into. Hansel and Gretel Vampire Killers. I didn't even know that was a thing. Hold on. I'm actually going to take a photo of that. I'm not even joking. On my screen. That sounds absolute. Hansel and Gretel Vampire Killers. That sounds. Wait, there we go. And took a photo of it. Did I like Human Centipede? It was a little creepy. I think aren't there like 3 parts or something like that? I saw all of them. It was a little weird. It was a little odd. Thank you very much, Patrick, for your donation. Thanks, TMI, for all your honest videos you do. I try my best. Can you please answer a real price prediction on Ethereum for 2019? If Ethereum gets Constantinople and it works out, if we end up getting Casper, which is going to be the hybrid proof of work, proof of stake, and Ethereum doesn't break down because of these, and I mean that like not even jokingly, like if Ethereum can handle all the actual upgrades, I think we should easily see a price over 1,500. The estimates that we were getting before, after these upgrades from experts, quote unquote, what have you, is that we would get to an Ethereum price of around like 4,000. I don't know if we're going to hit that this year, but I think Ethereum could definitely. 1,500 is a very good bull run pending. Upgrades pending. Bitcoin is future gold. How is the Beamer mining going? Crap, because I have to set up a whole bunch of stuff. I don't have a GPU on this actual computer, so I can't like even mine properly. Frosties or sugar puffs. I don't eat either one of those for breakfast. I try to eat as healthy as possible. I either have 3 eggs with like whole wheat bread, or I have homemade porridge with like fruits inside of it, or I have a salad. That's usually like my only breakfast, and I have like 2 big things of tea as well next to it. XRP will be number 1 soon. Tron FOMO ended yesterday, 99% of people so-and-so. Why are people so obsessed with my genetic makeup? I don't know why I keep seeing these questions. I don't know why. UFC LTC. Yes, Hansel and Gretel had good graphics, and Edward the Troll was, oh my gosh, it sounds amazing as well. Have you ever seen It's Alive? It sounds familiar. What is that about? Does Grin have a max supply? No. I think Grin has an unlimited supply, but the rate at which it is produced in a compared to these coins that are out there at that exact same time begins to lower. So at a certain point, when we have around 200,000 Grin floating around out there, the production rate will decrease relative to the amount that's actually out there. So it'll always be the same amount that are going to be created, but yeah. Just look at the picture. The Leprechaun, I forgot about. I think they're actually remaking the Leprechaun as well. It's really weird that you mentioned that. What's your price prediction on Tron, please? I don't have a price prediction. I think from where Tron is right now, if we hit 25 cents again, you've made your money back. Fifth time, lucky maybe. What's your view on Wirex debit card for Europe? I like all the debit cards. Like, I love the idea of an actual debit card that has cryptocurrency kind of loaded, if you will, onto it. Because I think crypto adoption needs to kind of move in this direction. Like, I think a lot of people are going to have a very hard time. If you've ever paid in cryptocurrencies before, it's very difficult. Not difficult, but it's like if you go to buy something, you tap your card, you swipe your card, you leave the store. But if you're paying in crypto, you have to like do the whole QR code and you have to wait for confirmation. I think if we have a cryptocurrency cards that people can use on a daily basis, like I think crypto will take off very, very quick. Someone said you're very familiar with NYC. Yes, I lived in NYC before. I've lived all over the place. I've lived in many, many, many different places. I've lived in Scotland, lived in London, all over the place. Hi from Scotland. Will Shelley move Cardano up in the rankings? I think Cardano is probably going to become a long-term top 10 coin. It's just a matter of like everything finally like eventually coming out for it. Like Cardano is one of the coins like where I feel like there's hype around it, but I think there's actual usage for it as well, because over the course of 2018, a lot of coins kind of got like slammed down and they were kind of destroyed, and many other developers were coming out talking about how many other coins were crap and they just weren't working. These coins also disappeared. Cardano was one of the very few coins that was relatively newer, and no one really spoke negatively about it. Like there weren't, I don't think, any articles that I could think of where people were coming out talking about how Cardano was crap or that it didn't work. This is why I think Cardano is going to be around for a very long time. Did I see Hereditary? Yes. Yes, I did. One of my favorite movies of all time. Not even joking. Whoever did not see the movie Hereditary, it's a horror movie. It will terrify you, but it is pure horror. It's absolutely beautiful. Love it. It's a really good movie. Thank you very much, Tyler, for your donation. It says, are you genetically modified and have you eaten pizza yet? I have not eaten pizza. I actually try and stay away from eating pizza. I treated myself the other day because you guys kept on mentioning pizza. Am I genetically demodified? I could be in one day. I mean, the future is limitless. Someone wrote Tron is garbage. It could be, but the money's there. 100K BTC TMI, question mark. Are you asking if I have 100,000 Bitcoin? If I had, you know what I would do if I had 100,000 anything, if I had 100,000 Bitcoin, I would be somewhere else. Do I have a 10X card? No. Definitely count Chocula. I don't know what that means. I'm trying to ask a decent question, but it keeps getting ignored. But you're answering what you eat for breakfast. You should have written your question right there. You should have written your question in that thing. What do I think about the future of crypto and esports? I think they have a place, as you know, adding it as a payment option could be good, or even like a cryptocurrency platform that has a cryptocurrency is definitely something that's definitely doable. I'm so bad with these questions, my goodness. Regulatory clarity soon, maybe. Should I be buying Tron now? Can't tell you that. Everyone listen. What do you think the price of OMG is when Plasma is finished? That's also a very good question. That movie is effing awesome. Yes, it is. Serious question though. Have you seen my puppy? His name is Rupert. Have not. Hereditary is a masterpiece. Yes, it is. How likely is a 51% attack from China? I don't know. I don't think China is that dumb to... I feel like crypto is kind of their cash cow right now, and I don't think they're going to get rid of it. Common mystery messages. How about 100,000 ADA? I think you'd be doing very well if you have that many. Facebook, Apple, Google. Yes, those are things. It says, dude, we have such similar personalities. You just ramble on and talk with your life. Then I guess we're the exact same person. Do I like Dash? Kind of. Not really. Like, we don't really hear about it that much, and I'm a little adverse to privacy coins simply because of the disliking of them by governments, and therefore I don't want my money to be compromised in that way. Tron is a character of Chappelle Show. Yes, he is. I forgot about Chappelle Show. Thoughts on IOST? No, I have no idea what IOST is. Maybe I'm just not thinking clearly at the moment. Maybe it feels like it should be something familiar. Yeah. So exactly. Yeah. The article was supposed to be going over. I'm trying. I'm so sorry. I'm trying. Okay. I'm going to look away from the chat. Please don't hate me. The point is, this article that I found is about someone was talking about I've had the opinion for quite a long amount of time, and it's just kind of how I kind of feel about this. The way that crypto is kind of presented, and the way that crypto was presented when I first got into it, was that it was this place where everybody was going to, like, this super hyper decentralized future. But even the way that we've seen things working out right now, I have a very strong inkling that we're going to see a situation where, this is why I think this article is very important, where so many people keep talking about their love of decentralization and stuff like that, but eventually they're going to do something that we call, like, selling out. And it kind of comes down to the fact, if you end up in a situation, let's say you created something, everyone has a number, everyone has a price in their head at some point for when they would sell something that they made. You can say that you don't. Everyone has a price. Everyone, if you created, like, I was listening to someone, they were talking about how so many people got into Facebook. Apparently the original intention of Facebook was to kind of have this, like, not a decentralized platform, but like to have a platform where you could kind of, make your own this, make your own that, and so and so and so. And then eventually people started, like, buying into the company and stuff like that. People were buying like 4% and 5%. And then the guy who created Zuckerberg was like, yeah, I'm not going to sell anymore. And the people were offering him, like, 5 billion and stuff like that. And he's like, okay, I'll sell a little bit more. Everyone has a number. So this person who wrote this article, they think that what we're going to end up seeing over the next couple of years, as these platforms get larger and larger, start taking over the entire world, is that we're going to start hearing the first rumblings of major projects. If you want my opinion, and this is my opinion, I think we're going to see something from Stellar, Cardano, some portion of Ethereum, maybe one other platform that I just can't think of off the top of my head, who are going to start selling their rights to the actual cryptocurrency project. I don't know what that will entail. I don't know. You can't really sell off stocks and stuff like that for the actual projects. But we're going to see something very close to that happening. And I think it's going to be a very interesting time in cryptocurrency because someone was even talking, like, in his article as well, the guy's talking about Vitalik Buterin and how he thinks at some point someone's going to come up to him and they're going to be like, we'll offer you this much money to help us do so and to help us integrate it, help us blah, 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 blah. And that'll completely change the cryptocurrency space. Just kind of, once again, I thought it was interesting. It's also kind of my opinion. It's definitely going to happen at some point. These companies are so large that this person also thinks that the FANGs, it's Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google, that they'll simply, like, just absorb all these platforms. And it's not out of the realm of possibility. I know a lot of people think, yes, EOS. Yep, that's also one of them. Thank you. Someone wrote LOL Dan. Yep, EOS is definitely the other platform. A lot of these people who are into crypto, they may be for the idea of decentralization, but they can also create other platforms and also work on that same exact theme, if you will. EOS is definitely another platform. We're getting into the point right now where we have rumors about a Facebook coin type thing. If Facebook, I mean, no one knows exactly what the future is going to end up being like, but I definitely see these companies, or rather these crypto projects, doing what we call selling out, simply because of the money. Just wanted to slide over that. That was like an hour and some change ago that I wanted to talk about this. But yeah, someone wrote ill Facebook coin. Yeah, I know a lot of people aren't going to like it, but apparently they're making their own stable coin. And if Facebook is making their own stable coin, regardless of how you feel about Facebook, it's going to dominate. I think it's going to crush Tether, and Tether will be an old story that we'll tell our kids about the early years of cryptocurrency. But if Facebook ends up I'm pretty sure that they're in talks with some sort of cryptocurrency platform to try and, like, integrate them or absorb them or even just buy them and destroy them. Yeah, just my opinion on it. I wanted to talk a bit about the Bitcoin ETF as well, simply because the situation that we're in, I think we also spoke about this maybe yesterday or something as well, like something similar to it. A lot of people think that the Bitcoin ETF is our last hope for a Bitcoin bull run. We had the news that a Bitcoin ETF could be allowed by default because of the government shutdown. Not exactly sure of how logical that actually is or might be. But I don't know, like, what does everyone think about this? Because I have my own opinions. I don't think that we need a Bitcoin ETF. But apparently the market won't move until we get one. And what could be even weirder is that we may have had a drop in price and stuff like that simply because of the government shutdown. And the other news that we had before as well was that we probably aren't going to have a Bitcoin ETF like at all this year, which would be completely insane because I think we should definitely have one by now. Yeah, ETF not happening with consensus, while consensus can change. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I think 4 years is definitely more than enough time that we should have definitely had one. Thank you very much, Adept of Truth, for your donation. Thank you very much for that. Forget the US, ETFs are launching all over the world. Yeah, but no, but it's weird because why is everyone just focusing on the American ETF? We had the one in Sweden. We had the other one, where is it, Japan or something like that? Like, they're launching all over the world, but for some reason, when we get news that there's an ETF that's actually coming out from anywhere around the world or some type of a product, or like, remember the other one that we had a couple days ago, the NASDAQ powered exchange that was listing like 5 different coins? The market just doesn't move. Like, why isn't the market moving even though it's just a nonstop flow of good news? Like, it's very weird. Like, if the market ends up moving when we get news about like the American ETF passing, that'd be the weirdest thing in the entire world. Like, what is so fascinating about this one ETF? Like, I understand that the US may be in a financial situation to have more liquidity than other places around the world to be able to push this kind of thing forward. But it's like, why? Like, why this one thing? Like, I feel like all the other news that we've been getting from other countries around the world, even like the other stock exchanges who are also going to be launching their own cryptocurrency exchanges, I feel like that's more than enough to move prices in general. But I mean, speculation, and I mean, prices being pushed down, rich people, yada, yada, yada. So sick of ineffective governments. Me too. ETF will kill Bitcoin. You think? Why? What's your... the only reason I am partially even bullish on this is because of the price movement that we're going to have when this gets approved, and also because it's it'll be physically settled. So that'll have a very, even if they're shorting it or betting against it, it'll have a overall, the volume of it will also move up. And if the volume of Bitcoin moves up high enough, the price also starts moving up as well on cryptocurrency exchanges. And if we get to a point where Bitcoin actually passes between $5,000 to $7,000 and we get closer to that $10,000 amount, this is when the whole market will start to pick up as well. And typically what I've seen before in the past is that when Bitcoin is doing very well, or rather, no, this way, if the altcoins start doing too well, I see Bitcoin sometimes also pushing up as well to try and not be left behind. That's kind of how I feel about some of the things. At least this is the way that I've seen the market. Thoughts on Sia Coin? I haven't heard the name Sia Coin in so long. Isn't that like one of those, what's it called? It's the coin where you, I don't remember what Sia Coin is. I don't remember. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to even lie. Someone wrote, I talk too slow. I don't know how to answer that. Facebook will buy Ken. They might. Someone wrote, if I could only hold one crypto, what would it be? That's it. Why'd you ask that? If I could only hold one crypto? That's not a fair question. I'll give you... Oh no, that's such a... No, that's an unfair question. If I could only hold one crypto, what would it be? This universe me would hold Bitcoin because of the name. Alternate universe me would hold XRP. If I had to choose between two coins, you know what two coins it would be. But I think at this point, in my opinion, it's a bit dangerous not to bet on Bitcoin. It's kind of how I feel about it. Which stocks we invested in back in the day? I used to just buy up tons of mutual funds and stuff like that. So I tried to hold any type of fund that was anything that held like Microsoft, Apple, so and so, like some of the larger names. I tried to like get into these places. Are you bald? No, I do actually have hair on my head. I usually do like a buzz cut, so I guess that's kind of bald, but I do have hair in my head. Someone said you cut out. I didn't see that. Sorry about that. So, says just follow just a small correction. It could be. Said, what do you think about Dogecoin for 2019? I can't give you that answer. I have no future prospects for Dogecoin at all. Someone wrote OMG. I don't know if that's OMG or Omise Go. BTC. When would SBI launch? I think they already launched. This is what I was talking about the other day. It's very weird. Like we had about 55 platforms who were talking about launching at the beginning of 2018, and then they didn't because the price kept on going down. And I think we had news that SBI was going to launch at the beginning of 2018, and then it was spring 2018, and then it was summer 2018, and then it was October 2018 that they were going to finally allow like the pre-registers and stuff like that to kind of get into their platform. No one's launching anything because the price keeps going down. Bitcoin go up or down from here? You sound different not being a 1.5 speed. I think so. I would assume so. SIA is storage. No, yeah, I think it's like one of those like not cloud storage coins, but I think so. Somebody wrote modern investor 50,000 XRP should do minimum. Yeah, I don't know. Like everyone has their own number. Like it's difficult to get anybody like an actual exact number on anything. Like it really depends on how much you think you need to live out the rest of your life. How to be financially free with 200,000K? That's easy. It's just a matter of how willing you are to live frugally. Frugally? To be a frugalist. To be a minimalist. If you 200,000K, depending on where you are in the world, there are many places, even if you're in the States, if you're anywhere else, even if you're in the UK, you're in Australia, there are definitely tons of places where you can buy studio flats very inexpensively. Like if you're in the States, I told you guys before, along the East Coast, there are tons and tons of places, especially as you go further south, you can get like nice deals and stuff like that. You can get stuff for 50, 60,000. Buy 3 places, live inside of one of them for yourself, and the other 2 places they pay you rent every single month. Someone wrote garbage. Thank you. What is ETF, an exchange traded fund? Exactly. Who is suppressing the prices? You can suppress prices very easily. Even if you've ever been into like traditional finance and stuff like that, you can shut down stock markets and lower prices by the Fed releasing a statement, by the Fed saying a sentence. You can do something like someone can have news that someone is thinking of selling off their stocks, like a CEO. If he said, you can move prices very easily. So my opinion, the fact that cryptocurrencies last year were, it could be 1,000,001 things. Like it's difficult to say exactly what's going on. Like we've had crypto prices fall when people move Bitcoin through wallets like that. It's crazy. How low will we go BTC? Who knows? 2019, the year of XRP, Tron, BNB, XLM, and Apollo. Okay. I'm getting a lot of BNB, NEM, and Apollo questions. Someone wrote 200,000K start a business. I don't know. A lot of businesses fail. I think real estate is kind of the winner. No one knows. 100,000 XRP. Elastos is crazy. Just bought 150. Oh my gosh. How to buy Kin all at the exchange. Alrighty. I guess one of the other topics was kind of the massive elephant in the room, was what we were talking about the other day with the entire thing with Russia. I have my own opinions. I spoke to a bunch of other people, and so the entire thing with Russia is at the moment still speculation, as many other things are. The information comes from the fact that we had that guy who apparently has ties with the Kremlin. I think he used to work there for 20 years or something like that. And he said that he knows that Russia is about to diversify their portfolio and stuff like that. And he says that they're going to start buying cryptocurrencies. That is, someone wrote sanctions lifted today. For who? I haven't. Anyway. Okay. Is something happening in the news that I'm just unaware of? People keep talking about that Satoshi Nakamoto is dead. I have no idea what that's about. Not a problem. See you, Wade. This is the best live stream I've ever listened to. I try my best. I think we are very close to getting into a situation where we see countries openly buying Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. I think that Venezuela has definitely done it. I think many other places as well have already done it. I think it's going to be a major movement for crypto. Just kind of my opinion. TMI, French bank run, maybe. Depends on how open they are to like really doing that. Like it's a very, I mean, you would need like everyone in France to kind of like hone in on that. It says if Russia would buy, no one would know. That was a lie probably. How come a bank in us? Yeah. I guess the last thing I wanted to talk about was also, I don't know, just to kind of wind it down to finish it off. I have my, I don't know. Crypto's weird. Crypto's a very weird space. I think everything is, the dollar's dying. Yeah, it kind of is. Whereabouts in Scotland did you live? I lived in Edinburgh. I was there for a very long time. If you know Edinburgh, I live near Grassmarket. It was very cool. I miss it actually. It's just very expensive. But if I had the, actually, I was going to say if I had the choice to live somewhere else again, it would be Edinburgh. And I may go back there one day. I think it's a beautiful country. Fairly nice. Does anyone else have any more crazy questions? I think I'm winding down. I think I've been doing this for about 2 hours once again. Used to live in Edinburgh, come to Scotland. Yeah, no, it's a really amazing place. Like it's actually unreal because it's never really spoken about like as much as London and stuff like that. But it definitely wins. Do I like fragrances? Yes. Are you asking like do I wear cologne and stuff like that? Sometimes I wear Dolce & Gabbana, if you wanted to know. I think Satoshi lost his private keys. Could be. That would suck. XLM is losing money. Will Ethos ever make a comeback? That's a good question. Nice chat. I feel like a lot of people are asking me the same questions even though I answered them earlier. I guess because maybe people are flowing in right now. How about the Mt. Gox reimbursement this summer? Yeah, that's gonna, for those who don't know, and this is kind of oh my gosh, kind of one of the weirdest things that we have in crypto right now is that the fact that the Mt. Gox situation happened years ago, but it seemed like sometime this summer that we're going to see the situation where people are actually going to receive their Bitcoin back. Someone said that I was wrong before, that people are going to receive cash back. That is incorrect. We know from the Japanese lawyer and the lawsuit that's still going on that people are going to receive Bitcoin back. And the situation that we have is that this happened in 2011, 2012, maybe somewhere around there. And the price of Bitcoin fell down dramatically after these people got their money back. Thank you very much, Roman Gaber, for the donation. I do appreciate it. What's going to happen is that put yourself in their position. Imagine you had, when Bitcoin was very, very cheap, you had accumulated 5,000 Bitcoin. And all of a sudden you lost all of it in Mt. Gox. And then you hear now in 2019, 7 to 8 years later, that you're going to get your money back. You're going to get back 5,000 Bitcoin. You look at the price of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's price is, let's say, 4,000. You're going to get back several $1 million. And the idea is that a lot of these people are going to sell. And I think they're going to sell. And it may be a very difficult time for all of crypto. If we have a situation where all these people get back millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, potentially maybe even $1 billion, because prices have risen so much of Bitcoin onto the open market. Like, and I'll be 1,000% honest with you. If I was somebody who got into cryptocurrency, and over these years, and I saw a lot of other people getting rich, and someone gave me $20 million worth of Bitcoin, I would probably sell all of it, or at least like 95% of it, and live my life. What I was hoping for is that we would get to a point in the cryptocurrency space where the market would have moved up by this point, and therefore we would have had a bit more of a cushion when people start selling off. Because if everyone starts selling off, it's going to be very detrimental to the entire cryptocurrency price. It's going to be ridiculous. What is my favorite exchange? It has to be Binance. I used to like Kraken, not anymore. It's definitely Binance. I have no idea what half these questions are. TMI, you have some serious stamina. Yeah, I'm surprising myself. I'm surprising myself. Someone said I'm 350th. Do I get a prize? Would you like a prize? Ethereum price in 5 years. My gosh. 300 bajillion dollars. No, it'll definitely be over 10,000 something at that point. In 5 years, we should have proof of stake, and the Ethereum team and I guess community should have decided on if we are going to what's it called? If we're going to have a stop in the production of Ethereum, and when we have like a final date as to the stoppage of Ethereum, this is when prices are going to go, I think, insane for it. Someone wrote, buy Stellar, or is that doo-doo? I can't give you information on that. Stellar is not one of my favorite projects. How much time is left to buy crypto cheap before the bull run? I would have told you last summer, but lo and behold, here we are. I'm out of crumpets, gotta go. Thank you kindly for your time. Thoughts on Decentraland and digital land? It's kind of weird. Like, it sounds completely insane, but so there's a video on YouTube where someone is like this guy talking about Decentraland. Like, it's not one of the creators, but it's like someone who actually bought land in it, and like they're talking to a bunch of other people about the idea of buying digital land, and he's talking about the stuff that he plans on like building on top of it. And it makes a lot of sense, because if we end up getting into a situation where it's going to happen on some type of platform. Which one? Nobody knows. But the point is that we're going to have some type of a virtual reality gaming system world. Like, gaming is too big to think that we won't have a virtual reality anything. Like, there's going to be one platform that ends up making it with virtual reality. And if they end up having a cryptocurrency and you can like buy land on their platform, and like people can escape, if you will, go into VR, go into this world, and they can do what they want in these magical fairy tale lands, that digital land is going to gain in value. And it's like, I want to bet on Decentraland, but I don't know if it's going to be the winner at the moment. But it's a very weird prospect to think that you could buy digital land. Like, when I was looking, I actually looked on Decentraland before, and it's very weird because you can actually see like the prices that people bought their digital land for when the platform first started. And then like people have like you can see all the times that it was bought and sold, and someone had like, or rather one plot of land had been bought and sold 3 different times, and I think that person bought it for like the equivalent. It was like, I think $150, and then it sold for like $700, and then it sold for so and so, and then by the time I was looking at it, somebody was trying to sell it for like, I think like $3,000, and I was like, that's a crazy profit. And you can see like on each account how many plots of land that every person has. This person had like 35 plots of land, so the prospects are definitely there. It's just I don't know, it's a little weird. Best way to accept crypto for payment? I don't know. Apps seem to be a very easy way if you're trying to do it. Like, just download an app. And yeah, I like there's also like BitPay and a bunch of other stuff, but maybe just check out BitPay. I know that's fairly popular. Someone asked if I am Stefan Molyneux. No, maybe. Am I? Carrot Coin Gold. 5 years, the world will look totally different in 5 years. Yeah, I think so as well. I definitely think so as well. Thank you very much, Hexproof Anarchist. The Modern Investor, would you be interested in doing any collab with other crypto YouTubers such as Crypto Lark or Crypto Zombie in a live stream? Possibly. I've been getting a couple people who've been asking me in the last couple of days if I wanted to do like collaborations. I mean, possibly. Why not? I don't really see why not. I think I am just too like flimsy in my life to be able to give like an actual like yes. Like, I'm doing so many other things. Like the moment I'm done with this, I'm going to be doing like 5 other things as well. And I don't want to ever be in a situation where I promise someone that I'm going to do something with them or for them or to help them out, and then I can't do it because it completely like it slips out of my head. If you haven't realized, I'm a bit of a like sporadic thinker. So I mean, it would be kind of cool. I think it's just my mind is all over the place. I don't know. Say hello to Chuck, the truck driver in Laredo, Texas. Hello, Chuck, the truck driver in Laredo, Texas. I hope you're listening. If you are a truck driver and you're driving, please pay attention more to the road than to my voice. Someone wrote Kung Fu. Why not? Okay. Which one will it be? Ken for the win. Ethereum a little above $100. It hurts. There's one property in Decentraland for $50 million. My goodness, that's ridiculous. I'm late to the live stream. What are the highlights? Horror movies, XRP, Decentraland, Bitcoin ETF. Will Vitalik Buterin sell Ethereum? Is Russia going to buy Bitcoin? Will Bitcoin take over the world? Will Bitcoin be the world reserve currency? I can't even begin to think about paraphrasing everything we've been talking about. Which video games do you play? I've been playing a lot of mobile games because I find it a lot easier to be like on the train or a bus and just to have my tablet with me and kind of play games on that. I used to play anything Nintendo. I'm actually kind of thinking of creating another cryptocurrency channel, another channel where I actually play video games because I like video games and I like the idea of, I think it would be kind of cool to like live stream and play video games. I think that would be very, very weird. Especially because of like the new like Resident Evil games and stuff coming out. I think that would be kind of cool. I play all types of games. I love games. Hi everyone from Toronto. Buy EOS, Jeff Bezos. Aw, that's sad for him. Is the flippening past us TMI? Flippening for BTC Ethereum, or what do you mean? You should play Rocket League. Is that game where like you're a car and you like knock into like gigantic balls and stuff like that and you like throw them into the net? I think I played that before with my friend. It's just complete madness. You have to like fly the car and stuff like that into the air. XRP Classic, is that a thing? Zodiac sign, is that a coin? Do you think crypto and esports will be big together? Yeah. I think when we get like a major, I hope that 2019 we see like a major like esports, like a major like cryptocurrency game. And I'm hoping for the one that the people from World of Warcraft and Blizzard are making on top of EOS. I'm hoping that that's like an actually really good game, because if we can get like a major game into the cryptocurrency space that people are actually using on a daily basis, crypto adoption will completely explode overnight. No doubt about it. I think it'll be completely insane. If Mars is colonized, what currency would they use? Mars coin. Lisk. I have no thoughts on Lisk. I know nothing about Lisk. What's your exit plan when we moon? I don't know. I have a lot of things I would like to do. A lot of things I would like to buy. Property. Talk about the French tobacco shops rolling out Bitcoin purchases to 6,500 stores by the end of February. Yeah, I looked into that earlier. I spoke about that a couple of months ago when they were talking about doing this, and the French central bank was like, yeah, we're not approving any of this. That's going to be very interesting. I saw a news video earlier. I can't remember the name of the channel. I think it was anyway. And they were showing like the first couple of people doing it. I think you can buy Bitcoin in denominations of 50 euros, 100 euros, and 150 euros inside of tobacco shops. And they were showing this one guy who was buying a whole bunch of the 50 ones. And I was like, that's how you get it started. If you have the capability in your country, wherever you are, to get something like that started, I mean, really do it, because that's how you increase adoption very, very quick, and how you get a lot of people into cryptocurrencies. What's my zodiac sign? Do you really want to know? Like, would that make you feel better if I told you? What countries to buy property in Europe? Spain can be really cheap if you're like outside of Barcelona. Madrid can also be relatively cheap. Portugal, I don't know that much about. France, south of France, I would look into the south of France. Like, you can find like really good places near Nice. Even outside of Monaco can also be really good. Germany can be very cheap. I can't give you like an exact location. Can be very cheap. I would stay away from like Denmark and Sweden. They can be kind of expensive. I think you have to, like, you can't even buy as a foreigner in Denmark. Greece and Italy have very cheap property right now because of life. The economy is not doing as great, so therefore a lot of property is a bit cheaper than it would be. Alrighty, guys. I see a lot of the repeating questions. Yeah, my battery is running low. It's funny that I had to look at someone talking about that in the comment section to realize that people keep asking Tron, thoughts on Tron. What are my thoughts on Tron? I don't hate Tron. It's just not a coin that I'm particularly fond of. I mentioned this many other times before. It's just a coin. Is Hillary Clinton a zombie? Wow. It just it's just I have too many other coins that I focus on, and is Hillary Clinton a zombie? Visa has a crypto coin to compete with XRP. Bat price in 5 years. Yes. Somebody wrote smack the monkey. Monkey keeps attacking. Okay, I think that's okay. Rach L, write your question because you said, can you cover my question, please? Write your question and I'm going to cover it. Write it right now. Rach L. XRP was an inside job. It might have been. Thoughts on VeChain? Mars would definitely use XRP. BTC. Okay. I don't see Rach L. There we go. XRP not having a block. XRP is a cryptocurrency. XRP has a blockchain. XRP is distributed ledger technology. Distributed ledger technology is the same exact thing as a blockchain. I don't know why this is a constant conversation. Like, why are people so obsessed? And I mean this. What is the obsession with XRP and blockchain and decentralization? If you don't care about XRP, don't touch the coin. And I really don't get it. Like, so many people are so obsessed with this. Like, if you don't like XRP, like, I don't like a lot of other cryptocurrencies. I don't touch them. I don't buy them. I don't talk about them on a daily basis. I don't get why the people are so obsessed with these things. Could EOS overtake XRP? Maybe. XRP doesn't move in price. I think the sky's the limit at this point. Alrighty, guys. I think that's definitely going to do it. I think my Steam might be running a bit low. I had like a little bit of dinner. Maybe I need some more. It's also 10 something here, so it's definitely getting a bit late. I have not looked into Hashgraph. No, I have not. XRP for a slave state win. And on that comment, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening. Wherever you are, wherever you might be, I hope it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for your support and or listening and or watching. If you are driving while you're listening to me, please look at the road. Thank you all once again. I will speak to you all later. And yeah, see you.